Hello everyone, it's Taka. Welcome to Kotetsu Japan Secret Base. Thank you for watching. If you didn't, please subscribe to my channel. Did you watch press conference of next Kamen Rider series? Next Kamen Rider is Kamen Rider Saber. Looks of next Kamen Rider is very unique. The one is standard and simple Kamen Rider looks, but Saber is different from orthodox Kamen Rider. Main motif is sword and fire and books. It's also Western Knight, might be. Current Kamen Rider series were using mechanical motifs, so we haven't seen fantasy motif series in a while. So today's video topic is how do I feel about Kamen Rider Saber? I'll talk about this topic today. First of all, main scriptwriter of Kamen Rider Saber is Takuro Fukuda, who is writer of Kamen Rider Ghost. Director is Takayuki Shibasaki. I know Kamen Rider Ghost is not popular even overseas, so many fans disappointed about the main writer. However, Bushima Kamen Rider Spectre and the novel Kamen Rider Ghost is really amazing. I think that's what his real ability, so I'm looking forward to watch Kamen Rider Saber. Motif of collector's item this year is book. It's called Wonder Ride book. It's an interesting idea and unlikely motif item. When I see collector's item every year, I'm amazed at how they come up with so many different ideas. Anyway, when I see Wonder Ride book at the first, it reminds me Rider Gashat from Kamen Rider Exile. Don't you think so? Might be because the Wonder Ride book cover design. Do you feel that design similar to Rider Gashat? Anyway, one Wonder Ride book is Peter Pantagier and Jack and the Beanstalk, so it might be used some fairy tales. It's interesting. It's so fresh idea in Kamen Rider series, isn't it? Introduction said it includes myths, technology and so on, and the director said they use many kind of books, so I'm really interested in what kind of Wonder Ride book will come in the future. And the Saber design, I think main color red and black rider, it's also been a while, hasn't it? The last red and black color main rider is Drive. It's been 5 years since Drive started. Anyway, I'm also interested in how many riders will come this year. They said so many riders will appear and it's more than 10. There's already Kamen Rider Kenza, Espada, Blaze. I like many Kamen Rider appears series, but also hope this year will have good non-Kamen Rider villains too. Saber already have some villain Kamen Riders. Villain Rider is not bad, but current series doesn't have much non-rider villains. I know it because making villain suits need much money and need to make many toys, but I'd like to see more impressive non-Kamen Rider villains like Dagba, Hosofen, and so on. The point which I'm really excited is fantasy motif writer and story. Saber has two worlds, real world and the other world like RPG game, so I guess they focused on fantasy taste and world. There's no Kamen Rider series which focused on fantasy, so it's interesting to see how they combine real and fantasy in Kamen Rider. As I said, almost all current series was using mechanical themes. Zero one is not so mechanical theme and story, but it's also not fantasy taste. It's hard to define what fantasy is, but for me, the last fantasy main Kamen Rider series is Wizard. Come to think of it, Wizard is also flame motif, red and black main color rider, not blue, but Beast is also lion motif second rider, which is the same as Kamen Rider Saber and Blaze. Is it a coincidence or no? Wizard still doesn't get much good reputation nowadays, but I like Wizard. Not fantasy story, but also fantasy looks Kamen Rider Kiba also didn't get good reputation when it was early. It changed gradually nowadays, but it wasn't exactly a good reputation at the time. I'm hoping that this time around, Saber will turn those reputations and images of fantasy rider series on their head. We don't know much about story yet, but hope Saber will be more serious story. I know it's hard to do it nowadays because of some regulations, but I think it's time for a serious Kamen Rider storyline. How do you feel about Kamen Rider Saber? What do you expect for its such as story, character and so on? Who is your favorite character so far? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's all today. See you next video.